In this video, I'll show you how to create a mega menu for free in Elementor. We will be using the premium add-ons for Elementor mega menu feature. Probably some of you have already watched a tutorial on this channel on how to create a mega menu, and the question is, why another mega menu tutorial? This mega menu feature is coming in one of my favorite Elementor add-on, which is the premium add-ons for Elementor. I have a full playlist of over 30 videos about the premium add-ons for Elementor. And once they released this mega menu feature, it actually got me excited. That's why I want to take you through a little bit on how you can get started creating mega menus with the premium mega menu feature. The mega menu we're going to create will give us the possibility to use an Elementor template as a mega menu option. Like this, we created this using a mega menu, and actually this is a product you can add to the cart. Just watch the cart icon. You see now one more item is in the cart, because you can add it to the checkout, or you can simply go and view the cart. And that means that you can add any type of content to your mega menus that you create using the Elementor editor and display those mega menus using the premium add-ons for Elementor. We will also be able to create a mega menu using the native WordPress menu. Just like this over here is a native WordPress menu, and we are able to add buttons, icons, and badges to our mega menu, just like you see over here. And we can style every bit of this mega menu to our liking. So without any further ado, let's jump straight into the video and I show you exactly how you can get started creating this kind of mega menu in your Elementor website for free. Right over here we have our website. It's an e-commerce website. In fact, this is an Elementor template kit that I installed. All the resources come along with this template, including the styling. This is the menu that we have currently. It has no mega menu features, and it's using the Elementor nav widget, or the initial nav widget that comes in Elementor Pro. So this is how literally everything looks like. We cannot add badges or icons to these menu items. So we want to add a mega menu here on the shop items, so that when someone hovers over here, they're presented with an image and a couple of other items in our mega menu, and as well to enable a mega menu on our trending items, including icons and badges. So to add a mega menu to our website in Elementor, we have to use a third party, unfortunately, because Elementor currently is not having the mega menu feature. Since the premium add-ons for Elementor, one of my favorite Elementor add-ons released the Elementor mega menu widget, I was like, hey, why don't I give you a heads up and take you through how this works? When you go to your plugins area, just simply go to plugins and search for the premium add-ons for Elementor. Have it installed and activated. I already have it installed and activated. Currently it has over 500,000 active installs. Once it is installed, you'll have this new menu feature here in WordPress called the premium add-ons for Elementor. Go straight to the widgets and add-ons, and right over here you'll have access to the nav stroke mega menu widget. Make sure that that is enabled. And since you already activated your mega menu feature or widget in the premium add-ons for Elementor here by making sure it's green, now we are good to get started. For the interest of time, I want to mention that you should have your Elementor header created, because we are going to add our mega menu to the header. So here is already my header, and currently it's having the Elementor nav menu, or the nav menu widget. So when you search, there is this widget over here. This is the one that comes in Elementor, and it's the one this header is currently using. But since we have updated our premium add-ons for Elementor and enabled the premium nav menu widget, we will have a new nav widget right over here called the premium nav widget, and this is the one that we are going to be using to create our mega menu. I hope now you take note of that. Next, we are going to come over here to our menus, which is located under appearance, menus, and you're going to create a menu that you want to use with your mega menu that you're going to create. In this case, I have many other menus in here. I have the primary menu, I have the shop menu, I have the vertical menu, but in this case and on this website, I'm going to be using the shop menu, and these are the items that are on the shop menu, and it is the same menu that is reflected here on the site. So shop menu, and there's also these trending items, including sub menu items down below here. Once you have your menu created, just make sure that you save that menu so you are able to start using the menu. Now, I'll close this over Now we are back into our header builder. What I'm going to do for now is to duplicate this header, and I am going to delete this widget which is coming with the Elementor nav widget, and I'm going to use the premium nav widget, which is this. Great. I'll now select my premium nav menu. Come to the menu type. I'm going to choose a WordPress menu. If you want to use a custom menu, which I'll talk a little bit later in a new tutorial I'll be creating, you'll be able to create custom menus that are not based on the WordPress menu using the premium nav menu widget. But for now, we are going to use the WordPress menu, and we select the menu, which is our shop menu. We're going to choose that our menu is aligned to the right, and our sub-menu alignment will be on the left. Under the breakpoint feature, we'll leave this to tablet, and the layout will be slide. Right here, we can make changes to our toggle text. So in this case, when you look into our responsive mode, you realize that when our menu breaks down, we will have a word and an icon. That is what is being shown here. So toggle text, if we leave it as menu, the word menu will be there. If we delete it, it will disappear. I'll leave the word menu to appear. And also, if we want to close once this menu is open, it will show a word close with an icon. So this is the word close, and here is the icon. If you want to change the icon here on close or on toggle, simply click over here and choose an icon from the library. Great. Once you are done setting that up, then we are good to get started. Okay, I'll now close up our responsive mode. Maybe there's one thing that I've actually not mentioned is the layout for our menu. With the premium add-ons for Elementor mega menu feature, we are able to create vertical, horizontal, drop-down, or even slide-in menus. For example, if I say vertical menu, this will change to a vertical menu for our website. If I say drop-down, it will automatically turn to be a drop-down menu. And if I say a slide menu, we will have a menu that just simply slides in. But in this case, we want to use a horizontal menu. So under menu settings, display options, we want to choose that this is a horizontal menu. Great. Now let's go real quick to the style option and we reduce a little bit on the font size of our navigation menu. I'll come over here to the menu item style under style, come to typography. I'll leave everything here to the default settings, and I'm going to change the size to 21 pixels. Leave the transform to capitalize. Now we have this as our font size for our navigation. But to make it to look like this navigation here that came default in the kit that we imported, we're going to have to set this to be inline. Now this is because we have not yet transitioned to using the Elementor containers, but very soon, once the Elementor containers are out, we will have the inline option set as default for all the widgets that we add to our containers. For now, we will have to select our nav widget, come to advanced, and we have the option saying width, set that to inline auto. Great, now we have our nav widget in line with our menu cut icon right over here. For now, I'm going to delete the first header. We no longer need it. Now we are going to get started adding a mega menu to our header. In this case, I'm going to update. That is simply to save the changes, and we are going to move back to our WordPress menu. Now this is where the magic happens once you have the premium mega menu feature enabled. You see now when I hover over any of the items here, it presents me an option to say premium menu, and all that. Now that means that I can enable the premium menu or the premium mega menu features for each of the items in my navigation. Now, for example, we want that we have a mega menu enabled for the shop item and also for the trending items. So when I come back here to my menus, I come to the shop, I would say premium menu, and in here I'll have to switch on this to enable a mega menu for the shop menu item. The same, I can choose an icon or even a loti. In this case, I can say I want to use a drop-down menu icon, or specifically use a special icon in this case. So I'll select this icon as our drop-down icon or icon on the shop menu item, and I'll save changes. I'll leave everything here on the default settings. But now we want to add a mega menu or mega menu content to our shop. So what we are going to do is we're going to come back to menus, and with the shop menu item opened up in the premium menu, I am going to say edit the mega menu content or edit the mega content. Now this will take us to a new window that will enable us to create or add content to our mega menu using Elementor. So once it opens up, that's how it will look like, simply a default Elementor editor. So what I have to do here is to add a new section. It will be a one column section, but I'll add an inner section right in there, drag an inner section, and then I'll start adding content to our section. I am going to pause the video here, build up my mega menu content, and I'm going to return once I'm done creating that section. I am now done creating my content for the mega menu. In here I have a main section, I have an inner section. Actually, when we look into the nav widget section, I have a column and then I have an inner section, and inside the inner section I have two columns, and the first column is holding the title and also holding the toggle widget. Over this side I have a product, which is actually a WooCommerce product. You see, in Elementor Pro you have access to WooCommerce features. So for example, when I come over here to product, I can choose product categories, a product title, a product price, product images, and all that stuff. So in this case I added a product, and it's actually one column and one row. So in case I say I want two rows, you realize now I have two rows and they are different products. Okay, so in this case I simply want one, so I'll simply say update. And before I actually move on to the other section or close this over, just make sure that all your mega menu sections that you create will be responsive on all different devices in your Elementor website. For our mobile, I'll simply select this column, come to advanced, responsive, and I'll say hide on mobile, so that we only have our item or our product showing up on the mobile device. I'll exit the responsive mode, make sure that you've saved the changes, and close this option. Make sure that you save the changes you've made under the shop menu item. I'll close this as well. Now I will save the menu. We actually added this icon here, and I realized we don't need it here on our menu. So I'm going to come back here to the menus, shop. We're going to remove this. I'll just make it none, save changes. And I will close this window, save changes to our menu, and we will now update our preview. Okay, this looks great. Now when I come over here to the shop, there is our mega menu showing up on the shop menu item. The question is, how do you add this icon over here to our menu items? That is actually added inside the Elementor editor. Select your navigation widget, and under the content, display options, come to the sub menu icon indicator or the sub menu indicator icon, and over there you'll choose an icon of your choice. For example, if I change to this icon, you see that now that icon switches to this other icon, but in this case I want to reinstate the other one before. And of course you can choose from many others from here, all icons and all that stuff, but I'll keep this angled one, insert, and I'll update. Great. So with our nav menu widget selected, under style, come to menu item style, and here is where you can make changes to the size of your menu items. Drop down icon style or the size of that icon. See how that changes. If I make it 100, see that changes to 100. I'll leave it to the default size. You can set the margin for that icon. You can change colors, the color on normal, color on hover, and the active color for your nav menu widget. But now let's go and look into how we can create a mega menu using the WordPress menu without using the Elementor editor. Great. So back into our menus item, we have this section over here called trending items, and it has submenu items and the layer 2 submenu items right over here. We want to add a badge for our new items and the items on sale, and that can only be done if we have the mega menu feature enabled. So we'll go back here to our menus, and under our trending menu items, we'll click and select our page 3 submenu item, and here is where we're going to add our new badge. We are going to select the premium option on the page 3 submenu item, and this is where we're going to add a badge for the new items in stock. So we're going to say premium menu, and here is where we set the menu icon color and also adding the badge text. The badge text is what appears over here. So this over here is the badge text and the badge color and the badge background. Save your changes. Come to the other item where we want to add a badge, open in the premium menu and make the necessary changes. In this case, this is going to be a cell. The badge color will be black and the background will be a yellow. So I save changes. Great, and now I update. Once those changes are made, then we are going to go back to our Elementor header. We will change the background color for our submenu items. So by selecting this menu widget, I'll close this over and come straight to the submenu style. And for the simple panel, we're going to choose that we use a background color, and this is going to be our background color. So now you see we have a background color for our submenu items. Now we'll go straight to the submenu item style, and in here we are able to change the color for our submenu item text color, and the drop down icon color can also change to a color of our choice, this color over here, and as well we can change the background type for that specific item. But on normal we don't want to change the background. We only want to change the background on hover. On hover, we are going to change this to our blue and this blue, and the color for the background on hover will change too. So now when I hover over our items, you see now we have this over here. But this doesn't look really neat, so we are going to play around with the margins and the paddings of these submenu items. So we are going to now scroll, but before we scroll, make sure that you make the necessary changes under the active state. So now to the normal option, we're going to come down below here to the padding and the margin settings. I'll unlink the padding, and on top, for our submenu item text, we'll add a 5. On the right hand side, we are going to add a padding of 30. Bottom will be 5. And left is going to be a 15. Alright, great. When you're done setting up your padding and margin settings, including your submenu icon, badge settings, and colors, which can be done over here, for example, under the submenu item, you can make those changes to the submenu item itself. But if you want to make changes to the submenu icon and badge, you come over here, select the badge option, make your changes to the typography. So in this case, let me say if I change this from the default size to, let me say, a 30, you see now it's really huge. So I'll just remove this and leave it to the default font size. So that's how it will look like. Now we are done setting up our submenu item, colors, and the badge. So looks like we are good to go, and that's it. So I'll now update. I'll just add a new tab, and let's look at the changes that we have made so far. That's for our shop item mega menu, and for our other menu or submenus with mega menu features over right here. Now if we are to look at the responsive settings, that's how our menu looks like on the mobile. When you open it up, there we go. So we have the option to actually add an item to the menu. And let's look into the trending items in our menu. There they are, and the sub-menus under all those items. And that's how you can create a mega menu for free using the new mega menu nav widget from the premium add-ons for Elementor. If you like this tutorial, please give it a like. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Have a good time and goodbye.